Hello beautiful people, welcome to a new video. Thanks so much for watching. I wanted to make today's video because getting enough quality sleep is so important. It's like saying you need air to live. Well, you need sleep, good sleep, to live and function at your most efficient. And here's what, we Google things like how to be successful, how to make more money, how to avoid cakey foundation. But how many of us actually look for the knowledge that will help us get better sleep? Lack of quality sleep can make us fat because the daily fluctuations of appetite hormones are disrupted. The brain function is affected, so your cognition, concentration, productivity, and overall performance are significantly lowered. Performance goes to shit. Women with sleep deprivation have actually been shown to have functioning limitations. You're at greater risk of heart disease and stroke and type 2 diabetes, more likely to be affected by depression. Your immune system is impaired, and we know that because people who sleep less than 7 hours were found to be almost 3 times more likely to develop a cold than those who slept 8 hours or more. If you do not want acne, then you should know that inflammation in the body is actually the #1 cause of acne, and that inflammation increases when you don't sleep properly. You sleep like crap, you get pimples. The list goes on and on, but let's be honest, who the hell here has time right now to get preached about how bad it is when you don't rest enough? So instead, let's change the conversation to the things that you could do to get more and better quality sleep. When you're a poor sleeper already, when you have worries on your mind or certain conditions that make it difficult to sleep, people like that, and I am one of those people, we need a certain set of tools, and that is what I would like to present you with today. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel already, I think you're missing out. If you are not following me on Instagram already, I feel like you're missing out even more. That's all. Now, pause this, grab some water because hydration is really important, and let's get started. Tip numero uno. It's been shown that afternoon coffee can stay in our systems for a longer period of time than we initially thought. While your body begins to feel the effects of caffeine almost immediately, the caffeine reaches peak levels in your blood within 30 to 60 minutes and has a half-life of 3 to 5 hours. Now, half-life is the amount of time it takes for your body to get rid of half of that caffeine product. The remaining half of that caffeine can stay in your body for a much longer amount of time. So with that said, I really recommend thinking about what your average bedtime is and then taking 8 hours out of that, and the result will represent the latest time in the day when you should have a cup of coffee. So if you go to bed at 10, then take 8 hours out of that, and 2 o'clock is realistically the last time in the day when you should have a cup of coffee. Now, every body reacts differently when working out, but there are many people who seem to have a hard time winding down after an evening workout. So, if you generally struggle with sleep or have insomnia, Lisa Medley, who is a behavioral sleep medicine specialist at the University of Chicago, and she treats patients with sleep disorders, she advises to not work out around 3 hours prior to bedtime. That's tip number 2. Tip number 3. I recently learned that people who nap more than 20 minutes during the day are likely to not get as good of a sleep as somebody who didn't nap. So keep that in mind, and if you happen to be a napper, which is fabulous, keep naps at 20 minutes or less and do it in the earlier part of the day, or you will wake up groggy and you will get less good sleep at night. Number 4, start dimming the lights in your house and the lights on your electronics 2 hours before going to bed. The lower lights will signal the brain to start producing melatonin, the hormone that helps control sleep and wake cycles, and that melatonin will be carried away by your circulation from the brain to all the areas of the body. That is the signal that it's time for sleep to come, and your body will start acting accordingly. If you like reading in bed before going to sleep, look for light bulbs that are made for nighttime because they're different. They actually don't have certain blue tints which are found in most regular light bulbs, and those light bulbs will keep your brain awake. This is so important and so often ignored, and then we wonder why we can't fall asleep right away. Tip number 5 is to paint your bedroom in a tranquil color. There have been studies saying that bedroom color can affect things like rest, sex, shopping habits. They're called conducive colors, and while some studies got different results in their subjects, for example, one study called pale gray a great success for good sleep, while another study said that their test subjects found it emotionally isolating and uncomfortable, which of course resulted in restless sleep. However, one color seems to have been universally considered to induce feelings of calmness, and that's been pale blue. It is also said that this color can help reduce blood pressure and heart rate. Now, if pale blue is not your thing, at least try to avoid red, bright yellow, and any color that has a glossy finish. You should always opt for matte paints in your bedroom. Another thing that can really help is tryptophan. Tryptophan is an essential amino acid that our bodies do not make on their own. So it's really important to get it from your diet. The body will use tryptophan to make niacin, a B vitamin, which is important not only for digestion, but our skin, our nerves, and serotonin production. Serotonin, which helps make melatonin. Real talk, most of us, after having a Thanksgiving turkey dinner, we pass out asleep, right? That's because turkey is loaded with tryptophan. So what I like to do a few days out of the week is to eat a turkey sandwich loaded with turkey meat as my dinner and have a glass of milk with it, because there's a little tryptophan in milk as well. So that combo has been really helping me pass out. Hot or cold, it really doesn't matter. It's up to your preference, but always make sure to check in with your doctor first to make sure that you don't have any allergies. Another tip that's been amazing and has worked wonders for me is to lower the temperature in the room. Temperatures that are too hot or too cold will interfere with your sleep, and it's generally accepted that between 60 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit is the optimal temperature to sleep in. I keep my room at 67 during the night. Tip number 8 is to give progressive muscle relaxation a try, because these exercises can really improve your sleep quality and they can also reduce fatigue. I encourage you to Google PMR and also check out a previous video that I did about managing stress, because in it I shared with you my go-to PMR exercise. It's really an old video and I cringe when I watch my old work, but the reality is that the content is undeniable. Now, if your mind refuses to stop, if you have all these thoughts and worries and ideas popping up in your head, try a worry journal. Now, I know how new age, tree hugging this may sound to some, but I promise you it is very effective. Keep a notebook by your bedside, and as thoughts pop in and out of your mind, rather than sorting through them when you should be sleeping, write them down. It will help clear some of the mental chaos, and it will help you feel more relieved that you will not forget anything in the morning, and that is when you'll start drifting into sleep. Now, I have so many more tips, including which apps I use to get better sleep, my favorite brainwave app included, which I've been raving about for years. And what I will do is that I will write a private blog post that I will email to you if you're part of the email family. If you're not, join us. We're a bunch of cool kids who just want to create a good life for ourselves. And I assure you that this time next year, you will think back and you'll be so happy that you joined us. I love you and I appreciate you so much for being here and giving me a watch. I will see you again in a future days in a new video. I wish you the most amazing day and the most quality sleep tonight. Bye.